in Pro League, starting with Losira. This guy, you might remember him as Kongho. That's his Korean name. He used that as his ID briefly during Wings of Liberty. He's only played one match. It was against Flash. He won. He's played a ton of GSTL matches, though. This guy has a lot of experience. He was once a GSL finalist, where he lost to his teammate ST in the ZBZ.
He's also known as the fastest player alive. Go ahead, go on YouTube, go check out Calder's video of this guy's APM. Just search for, like, Losira APM video, Calder, you know, whatever. You will find it, and you will be dizzy. If we get a look at his first-person cam, as we usually do, I know a lot of people were complaining, quote-unquote, about his crazy back-and-forth APM.
Remember to say it made him dizzy. Well, here's Cure, 17 and 16. He's played a ton of Pro League matches, actually. 29 and 38. He's been around the block. This guy's got a lot of experience. He was one game away from being a GSL finalist, where he would have faced Sue. Who knows? Maybe he would have beaten Sue instead of Innovation. I just want to keep bringing this up because when you go to Game 7 in the semifinals, everyone has to imagine that parallel universe that might have occurred where this guy ends up being a champion.
Of course.
We'll never know.
You were talking about, you know, maybe some people don't respect this player, but I feel like a lot of people do, but he should be held on, like, an even higher platform, I think is what you're trying to say. This guy is one of the best Terrans out here, actually. He is very, very strong. He was nearly a GSL finalist. As you did mention, that is incredibly hard to do. He is one of the big players here for Jin Air Green Wings, but guys, we're going to jump straight into this game. Losira versus Cure. Down here in the bottom left, in the red, the Zerg player for MVP, it is Losira.
And, of course, cross spawns forced on this map. Top right in blue, it's Cure for Jin Air. Now, you know, Losira's style is, he's known for a style similar to True's, but take it to an extreme level. An
even more extreme level.
He used to play with Nesty on the same team, an Incredible Miracle. And they both, you know, they studied the game a lot. They talked a lot together. And there was a unit that's still used sometimes in this matchup, just as Dream, called the Thor, that was coming around a lot. And Nesty and Losira found out that if you make enough Banelings, you can actually just kill Thors with them.
That you can.
And
it's a huge number.
They both have taken that philosophy, you know, they took it to the test, to the ultimate level. I mean, Losira will crash Banelings into anything. He makes so many of them. He goes light on the Mutalisk. A lot of the time, spends more of his gas on Banelings. And he just loves to go super, super heavy Bane in the late game. And that's what he's known for.
Yep. I do want to mention, guys, we did not have the predictions up on screen. I know we were talking about that a lot before the game started. Me and you actually went for Losira in the end of things. It was an incredibly close vote, as we did say before, but I believe the rest of everybody went for Cure. I'm not sure about Moonglade. I know all three of the Korean casters did go for him. Once again, you know, I think part of the reason is out here in Korea, Cure definitely, you know, these days at least, very, very well-known player, very strong Terran player, and just based on the stats these days, you know, the way that Cure is playing, a lot of the guys did vote for him. Definitely can't take anything away from that vote. I almost voted for him myself.
You and I were the only ones to vote for Losira.
So let's see, man, how this goes.
Yeah, this one plays out. Really could go either way. Opening we see here from Cure is just quick CC gases. You know, basically a one barracks, no gas expand. Old Wings of Liberty-esque opening. You take your double gases afterwards. You don't get that Reaper Scout, you don't get that pressure, and you don't get that extra information. But up against a player like Losira, who's plays like it's Wings of Liberty, not a bad opening to choose.
Yeah. Immediately getting the Scout here is Losira. Sends it right towards that natural. It's the main thing he wants to know. Going to send out 2 Zerglings. Just going to poke at the front. And immediately 2 gases added by Cure. It's going to want to tick up here very, very fast.
Yep. And this is what I used to call the Polt build. because I swear I cast so many Pult TVZs, and he literally just built every time. 1 barracks into the CC. I could have cast with my eyes closed, and then the factory after the double gas is good enough. The bunker, of course, to protect the natural, and then, you know, into swapped add-on for Banshees, Hellions to harass. Very, very standard Wings of Liberty bread and butter TVZ build on any map that's, you know, medium-sized. And let's see how Losira responds. Looks like he wants to take... Oh. He's going to just make a macro hatch here.
Very...
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Just wants to spread some extra creep. That's pretty cool. That's going to give him a lot of extra creep early on to get his third base, because we talk about this a lot, but this map does have a third base that's pretty far away. Doesn't have an easy access creep. Losira being a little bit of an innovator here today.
Yeah, very, very cool thing to see. He's also going to add a spine crawler out there that's right at the ramp. With that creep, you know, you can spread it so it fully covers near that ramp and possibly put up a wall.
He's making a Baneling nest, though. Perhaps he just wants to deny scouts and wants to do it all in. Let's see, 5 more drones on the way. And again, his Overlord hasn't seen a whole lot of anything yet. All he saw was a CC. And, you know, he doesn't have his other Overlords in position just yet. It is a greedy third base with a starport coming up right now. Which, again, is one of those kind of standard Wings of Liberty style openings. This barracks will make a tech lab almost certainly for the starport to make Banshees.
I'm just really curious about what exactly Losira is going to do. We're getting a very close look at this drone. It's traveling a very far distance from Losira's base, and it's also not going towards Cure's base.
Oh, looks like he might just take a hidden third, or is he just checking for proxies? It looks like it's going to be a hidden third, but no. He doesn't have a lair to hide tech yet, but it looks like he's going to hide...
Well, there's the lair.
Yeah, he's going to hide tech over there, just like we saw from Lenok, but...
hold that thought.
Oh, he's just going to go ahead and hide a Roach Warren.
Okay.
So, Losira already showing you guys who didn't know you can make tech structures anywhere, even without Overlord creep, as long as you cancel a hatchery first. So, spreading this creep pretty far over here. Building a Roach Warren. This Roach Warren won't last forever until he gets that Overlord creep going, so he's going to want to make sure he doesn't forget to do that, or else it will bleed out. But it looks like, I mean, from all things we've seen so far, it looks like we might see a Roach Baneling sort of timing attack. And
this is possible.
This is something that Cure is going to have to figure out. He's already got a little bit of pressure coming out with these Hellions. The Banshee's coming out as well. He sees the third base isn't there. That's kind of odd. You know, he's going to maybe check the other third base location with this Hellion because he's like, well, I guess he might have it over here. You have to kill those rocks, though. He's going to come over here and see, okay, well, it's not there either. So I'm probably facing some pressure here.
Yeah, immediately 8 roaches coming out here. Speed started immediately as well. But again, Banshees, they can put on the pressure. They're very good against the roaches that come across unless you've got a huge number of roaches.
And they can scout. Well, these Banelings are way ahead of themselves. One Baneling gets targeted down. Okay, Nidus Network comes out here. Needs to defend this Banshee really well. Banshee does not have Cloak, mind you.
Doesn't have Cloak. Begins to work on that gas. I think just missed-targeted there. And again, this Nidus Network is not scouted just yet. The Overlord is in position.
Okay, let's see if he can get that Nidus up. Starts at third base now. Going to give him a lot of extra production. Also going to give the illusion to Cure that okay, maybe he just wanted to be safe with roaches against possibly a Hellbat sort of attack. But still no scout. There's a Nidus. Okay, there is a spotter depot. And he needs to pull SCVs over, and he does. This isn't Legacy, man. That thing's going to start taking damage already. It's actually going to kill it before any roaches come out. Ouch. It's now going to want to make a more forward Roach Warren towards the third base. This is the backup plan here. I mean, I feel like this is probably the plan from the beginning, kind of to have a faster reinforce. Because if you get it up in the main base, that's just kind of lucky, right? You can't expect your opponent to not have a scout.
Really nice job by Kira as well to spread out the supply depots. Immediately tanks are started as well as Marauders. He knows that roaches are going to be in this mix. Yeah, and he's going to get to work on that third CC. But again, that can just be lifted and brought back. He's already got a bunker. Second one going up there at the natural. But here we go. Second.
Yeah, he's just trying to test some multitasking here. He's also transitioning at home, by the way. More drones and double Evo chambers. So he just wants to force bunkers here. Start mining from a third base. It's expensive what he's doing right now. It's definitely not ideal, but he keeps his opponent's third denied. He's going to be able to spread tumors from here to help, continue to deny that third base. I'm going to force a third to be taken on the other side of the rocks, where big roach attacks can be effective until he kills those rocks. So is Losira in a good position? No, but he's trying to find his way out of that.
Yeah, he's just being annoying right now. He's just putting on so much pressure. He's got a ton of roaches out here. But again, first tank is out. Second tank could be on the way as well. There it is. Third tank on the way as well. He's found a nice spot over towards the left side, and the Banelings are rolling in. Not quite able to get many hits on the SCVs, though. Only 5 of them going down so far.
Yeah, just hoping that maybe he could use that building placement against him, get those SCVs all bunched up. Picks off not only that refinery, but also the armory, which stops 2-2 from being researched right now. And his third base is up and running. He's continuing to spread this creep. The more tumors he can actually spread, the harder it's going to be to actually clear that up. Now, transferring those drones.
As you were saying before, with all of this pressure, he's able to just macro up at home. The upgrades are rolling in, +1/+1. Got the Baneling speed. He's even getting a Spire. He's droned up to 69 now. Pretty decently high number. It's not incredibly high. And he did get them pretty late comparatively. But, you know, he's getting up there.
Well, this Nidus will finally be cleared. All the tumors actually cleared pretty efficiently as well. The one problem that Losira faces now is that his comp is not good versus what Cure has built. He needs Baneling speed. He rushed it out here. It's going to be done in just a second. And Cure, let's see if he decides to attack or not, because he knows there's a very small window, and I think he's just, at this point, saying he's probably ready. He knows that that's one of my biggest strengths, is that he has a Roach comp. Doesn't have that many Banelings out. He's making 14. He's making 4 more besides those 14. He is going to move
Link
out.
speed is not done.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I didn't realize that. Bane speed is, though. And 9 Banelings more additionally coming out here. Roach is up here at the front. This is not the right comp to fight, though. This is what that's what I'm trying to say. That's the advantage that Cure has here. He's like, you don't have the right tech to fight me yet. The Banelings are just now finishing. He has siege tanks, though.
Yeah,
several of them.
He's desperately trying to get out as many Banes as possible. He may want to tank in the front with the Roaches, let the Banelings roll in after into a bunch of Marines. But already nice splits right here by Cure on the creep. Slowly clearing it up. A nice scan to do so.
All right, Bane's coming from the other side, but they're coming off creep. If they get targeted down, this could be disastrous.
Oh, he's just going to go for a counterattack here.
He's just trying to get reinforcements. He's trying to force this unsiege, trying to force the move out. This is buying him some time, but there's still enough units here to continue doing pressure. He kills a queen. Siege tank looks like it will be saved as well. And now all these units off creep. Cure splits pretty good. He just stutter step micros back, stims a lot. Well, there's plenty of medevacs on the way to help heal this, in addition to the ones that are already here. And look at the supplies, man. Cure, his third base now up and running, fully functional, and he's got this almost unbreakable position with these siege tanks to continue to move forward. Losira making a ton of Banes. This is what he's famous for, but they need to get good hits, and off creep, it's going to be tough to make that happen. Even a little bit of a supply depot wall being set up here. Widow Mines coming out. Excellent splits from Cure, and reinforcements alone should be able to push this back.
Yeah, even though he's able to clean up some of the reinforcements, we have the problem right here, as you guys see on screen. As long as he splits decently enough, he's got a very strong army right on the edge of the creep, always threatening Losira, and 2-2 is just about to finish.
Yeah, with 2-2, the Widow Mines he's added, the extra barracks, he's just going to continue to parade push across the map. Once he wipes these reinforcements up, or once the reinforcements wipe this Zerg army, if you can even call that small group of roaches and Links an army, then he could just walk across the map, rally no problem. Link speed finally done here. He's trying to catch reinforcements. He's trying to swing around, but reinforcements being sent now via medevac in the form of a drop towards his main base where there's creep, but not much else.
Here we go. A big swell of Links coming in. The Widowmine not getting the shot at once. Again, those reinforcements, like you were saying, as long as they can group up, they can clean this up. He's trying to disrupt the, the mineral lines there, but at the same time, Cure is dropping in the main. And this is going to force Losira to bring back a lot of these Banes to deal with this.
Yep. Targets a spawning pool. Barely gets it before it goes before his units go down. But that's like killing the heart of Losira, man. It's killing his spawning pool. A few siege tank volleys going off here as well. Losira just falling apart. He just doesn't have the army to put up with this anymore. More queens falling. Mulus coming out for his last stand. This is a lot of Zerg army. The armies of Cure are split in half. And so he does actually wipe this first one. Can he deal with the reinforcements? So that's the question. The last of his roaches begin to fall. He has no more Banelings. He has 2 Banelings on the map. Can't even make more Lings because the spawning pool is dead.
He's making emergency roaches right now because, like you just did mention, the spawning pool is down. He's trying to hold with the mutas right now, but that's a huge swell of Marines running across the map. Some great Baneling hits onto the Widow Mines, but is it enough Zerg here? to hold this off. Nope, GG.
Cure takes it. Losira doing, I want to call it an all-in. He tried to Nidus in the main. If you can get away with that, that's great. But I don't think Losira was like, okay, I'm going to Nidus' main, then I win. He's like, I'm going to Nidus' main. If he doesn't see it, I might win just from that. But otherwise, I'm going to put some pressure on at the front. And if he could get a ton of pressure done, if Cure is too greedy, then he transitions well. What happened was he didn't get a ton of damage done, but he tried to transition off of that, but he just didn't have the tech that he needed to defend this. He didn't have enough Banes, and Cure, and 2-2 upgrades on the pipeline. He's got a solid Bioforce with plenty of medevacs.
He also had that third CC up so early. You were talking about if Cure is greedy, maybe Losira can get some damage done, but Cure was greedy, and Losira wasn't really